what was the PB? 213?
213 on the leaderboards. It might have improved by now. We're actually just now getting started with this
nice.
race. So we're
And I
pretty
think
closely
Trogdor with the
synced up right
135.
now. Yeah, Trogdor's got a 135 on the leaderboards. Mashy's got a 213. This race should be pretty good. I'm looking forward to it. Both of them probably on PB watch here. So
Yeah, I mean Trogdor obviously with the big advantage in PB, but you never know what can happen in one of these races. So Trogdor going for the lantern. Going for the lantern.
Rarely seen Strat getting that lantern early.
Okay, this is starting off real interesting. Holy heck. Okay, let's go.
So I've never seen anyone grab the lantern early there, but the side effect of doing that is that there's actually 4 chests in the game that the lantern can actually be found in. And by picking that one up there, by picking up the lantern there, he'll have access to a chest with rupees in the room where Zelda is. I wonder if he's intentionally taking that into account, or if there's...
Or maybe there's a possibility that Trogdor believes that they are playing Key Sanity right now.
That's true. Gotta check the chests.
Very interesting strategies.
Well, we'll know if he goes right here. That's what's most important.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like he's on track.
Well, maybe Trogdor thinks that, has a hunch that chest doesn't have what they want. So,
right.
I don't know. You never know.
He's like, maybe that one has the Master Sword. Probably not. What are the odds? I already found one of the swords.
I will just say I'm excited. I've been excited about this tournament for a while. It's the first tournament I'll ever be running in. I don't know if I've ever done commentaries for a specific tournament race, and I'm just really excited that the first thing that happened is somebody got the lantern in Link's house, because I've actually never seen anybody do that, ever.
So they're pretty well synced up, actually, going into basement. This is nice. I'm really interested in seeing what strats they take. At this skill level, I definitely expect to see a lot of really good like escape strats, and then sort of going forward, taking more safeties, more sort of cautionary moves, rather than going in whole hog on things like boss quick kills and things like that.
Sure. So if you are new to watching Link to the Past, we'd like to be your guides here. We try not to assume that you know everything. You might notice a little bit of jittery movement as they're walking, especially going up and left. That's because they're doing something called pumping. The way this game works is that when you're moving left and up, you move at an oscillation between 2 and 1 frames per
2 and 1 pixels per frame.
And it's the opposite going down and right. And so what they're doing is they're mashing in opposite direction while they're going either up or left, and it causes them to kind of stick to the 2 pixels per movement, and can cause you to gain a little bit of time by covering faster, more distance faster.
All right, so this is going to be the first place we probably see some interesting variety of strats. Both of them go for the pots.
Run past this this chain guard, actually.
Yeah, it's interesting. I've actually completed 1 run past this. I hope to one day see what's throughout the rest of the game again.
Yeah, that's a double pot strat, going real safe on Trogdor's part. I don't blame him, especially in a race. I mean,
yeah, ball and chain guard is pretty rough. You got to kill him to get the big key. He takes either 8 slashes, but a pot does the same as 4 slashes. So 2 pots will clear him out quickly and safely, but at the cost of something like 5 or 6 seconds.
Yeah, and he does 1 heart of damage per hit, so you can only afford to take 2 hearts of damage from him at this point. And there's some hearts later on in the escape if you are running low on health, so you can take those 2 hits, but it still can be a time. Even pro runners of this game can die to that fight, and or have to reset, unfortunately. But yeah, pretty well synced up still here in the escape. Looks like they're both probably on pace for close to 6-minute escape, which is pretty solid. Maybe a little slower than that.
Yeah, they both very clearly have a lot of competence to escape, and they're taking things a little safely, but exactly the way I would expect runners to pick and choose in a race. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them both coming in somewhere between 6 and 6:15, 6:30.
I mean, your middle name is Danger, so you don't take any of these strats safe, personally, from what I
don't know any of these strats. I've literally never seen a run other than Zelda, and so I just try to copy him move for move.
That makes sense. And you're basically right behind him?
Yeah, at all times.
Okay, that's pretty great.
In fact, most of the time I'm actually ahead of him. He just saves a little bit of time here and there.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. What's good, so if you do not have the lantern and you try and push that bookcase out of the way, it will not move. Always, every runner of this game has probably had at least 1 or 2 runs where they have somehow forgotten to get the lantern, and figured out.
Both of them fight their way through the rope room. Mashy tried to take the top path. There's actually not enough room to take the top if there's ropes in the middle. Trogdor went straight through the center with the sword a-slashing.
Yeah, the better method would be to boomerang the ropas there, because it does use less frames to use the boomerang, and it freezes them in place so you can walk through them, as opposed to doing multiple slashes, but still just as effective. This rat that you need to kill to get the key has a number of different RNG patterns that it can give you. It looks like Trogdor got the pattern where it goes all the way up to the top left, which is the slowest pattern. Nothing you can do about that, unfortunately, but all these little minuscule time saves add up throughout Escape. This is the part of the run that everybody's done the most, obviously, and so it gets very highly optimized, and so all these small little RNG changes can affect the difference between getting, you know, a 555 and getting a 6.
She's getting that normal fight against the switch. You have to let go of the D-pad for more than a frame, or at least for a frame, in order to pull the switch. Sometimes you just sit there, keep trying to grab it, and you can't do it. I'm impressed at how close together they really are. Still doing really great. You think either of them are going to skip the Sanctuary Heart? What's your guess?
I'm going to guess no. I'm going to guess no, because they don't know what might be in that chest.
That's true.
Oh wait, no.
Heart.
It's just the heart. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, Sticky Priest kills another run.
Okay, well, we can restart the race. No big deal.
Yeah. We're just going to take a mulligan on this one. We're going to take it from the top. Mashy having a hard time getting around that priest, but honestly, if you've ever played this game, you know that's a tough task anyway.
Yeah. This trip to Eastern is something that you sometimes die going towards, right?
I have died once. I'm getting dumpstered right now by my commentator.
Yeah, I would never say something negative about you.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
It turns out that the Octoroks, their hugs hurt.
Yeah, they do 1 heart of damage piece. The Octorok patterns here in this little Octorok field are random. There are ways to anticipate it or to boomerang and stuff, but if you're trying to go fast, sometimes you end up taking some damage there. You'll see them pumping up these stairs as well, so they will be mashing left and right while holding up to go up the stairs. And that essentially gives them standard walking speed going up the stairs as opposed to the slower speed that you generally have going up them. So definitely another instance of pumping, saving probably the most significant amount of time.
Trogdor just running right through the blue guard, no big deal.
He didn't care.
Mashy decided to tell him to sit still for a second.
How did he take that?
It looked like he took it well. He took the advice, sat back, relaxed.
Okay, well, that's good.
He had been walking back and forth in that spot all day. He needed a break.
Yeah, it must be a rough life being that guy. Like, you just and the whole job that he is to have is to not to let anyone in this castle. And
he doesn't do his job very well.
You're the only person that tries to get in, and he fails. It's pretty sad.
He's probably pretty dehydrated too. There's no stay hydrated bot in this game.
So this Stalfos room, nope.
Right,
so Trogdor went too far left.
Yeah, so there's a specific movement you try to do in this room. The game tries to spawn 4 of those Stalfos around you, but when you enter the room, if you move in a specific way, it can cause 2 of the spawns to basically be invalid. So you only get 2 of them, and you just have to kill them pretty quickly.
Yeah, Trogdor went too far left doing that, and so he spawned actually 4 of the Stalfoses. Mashy taking actually a slight lead now because of that mistake. Mashy pulling off the room properly, and Trogdor moving downward as if he was going to grab the extra arrows, and then decided, I don't need them. This is kind of interesting. Skrivo says that we're commentating every race from now on, so you're gonna have to quit your job. So sorry to hear that.
Do we have to commentate on more than one channel at once? Because this is going to be a real challenge.
Yeah, that'll be really tough. I also don't know anything about this game, so that's going to throw a lot of things.
This is actually my first time seeing it. It's nice. It's colorful.
It's definitely a hidden gem.
Can we talk about Breath of the Wild?
Sure, it's a great game. This skip right here that you'll see there, damage boosting into this anti-fairy circle, picking up the pot and hitting the switch. The intended route for this room is to kill all of the enemies in the room, and then the anti-fairies will disperse and then you hit the button. But obviously, it's a lot faster to be able to use your iframes taking damage to do that. Mashy putting himself in a pretty tough position here. He has half a heart right now. So
yeah, there's
you have to
definitely
be really careful.
There's definitely a few more hearts coming up throughout the rest of this dungeon, but he's gonna have to play a little bit cool if he wants to.
Yeah. This dark room with the Igors, they do a full heart of damage, so he cannot take any damage in here. Getting this key from the Igor.
Trogdor sees the red rupee. He takes a shot. He goes for it. I know the red rupee blinded him. He actually. Oh no, Mashy.
Mashy did a juke. He looked like Walter Payton for a second. His hips were swiveling. He was juking out the Igor, but
so Trogdor actually passed up one of the arrow pots on the next. He
doesn't like arrows in general, it seems.
Yeah, he's gonna have a tough time avoiding arrows and then trying to do some quick kills.
We got the beeps now. We're on the beeps for Trogdor. Ooh, not even getting that heart. Doesn't care. Doesn't care that he's got the beeps.
Who needs it? Who needs it? This guy's definitely dropping a heart. I can see it.
Well, now he loves arrows. Now he's all about the arrows. Can't make up his mind.
That was his strat all along.
Ah, that's probably it. How old is GC? About 45, 50 years old. What is this strat?
This is new to me, but I love it. I love being introduced to new things, like Indian food and music.
Trogdor now legitimately my favorite Link to the Past runner. I don't know what's gonna happen next. I'm seeing things I've watched so much of this game, and I finally get to see things I've never seen before. It's great. That was really cool. Starting out in the middle of the Armoses, kind of doing a little counterclockwise movement throughout them. Very. So
we have Trogdor. We have Trogdor heading out of Eastern. Pretty good pace so far. Heading over to Sasrala to go get the Pegasus shoes. Please don't call them the boots. They don't like to be called boots.
They don't. So they're like sentient.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And they have an opinion about what they're called. Interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see if Trogdor goes ahead and gets the old man rupees here behind the back of this, or if he's gonna go. Yep.
Yeah, my guess was he would. The nice thing about this is, first off, it prevents him from having to do the other strat, the tree pulling in the Lost Woods. But in addition to that, I think a lot of runners do prefer to do this strat because you get those 3 extra bombs early on that give you a nice buffer for the rest of the run. This means that if he messes up any strats like Ice Palace Bomb Jump, he has a nice clean buffer, really removes the amount of stress.
Yeah, it's especially helpful in Hera because the Hera bomb jump, if you do mess that up, then that's the only bomb you have. If you do tree rupees, you'll have to reset the dungeon with the mirror, and that costs time.
Well, there's another bomb in that room, but...
That's true. But if you mess it up and fall, then you generally will have to reset the dungeon. And like you said, there are parts of the run where you can be running low on bombs, so it's nice to get them early. They can also be used on the Lammo fight. It'll be interesting to see if maybe one of them does that. We're seeing different strats that we don't normally see, so you never know.
We're telling you what we're seeing live.
Yeah.
We're eyewitness.
We are literally telling you what we're seeing. That's what
Trogdor here going for spin speed. Gets it really quickly, a really clean spin speed. Interestingly, it doesn't really save a ton of time on that screen right there. Getting spin speed and doing it perfectly, I think only saves about 30 frames. I'd say Trogdor made a strong case for potentially saving almost all of them.
Wow, it only saves 30 frames. Oh, but then opting to not get the spin speed on the way out. Interesting.
Yeah, the other one's much easier to get and I think saves more time. So I would say that if you're going to get one, either coming to or going from the library, I'd get the one going from the library.
Makes sense. So what spin speed is, there's a number of tricks in this game, if you're new to it, that only exist on the Japanese 1.0 cartridge. So that's why one of the reasons why we're playing in Japanese versus also the text being quicker. But one of them is that spin speed. Essentially, once you get the Pegasus boots, and you do
no, incorrect. They're Pegasus shoes, actually.
The Pegasus slippers. You, if you release a spin, and hit the A button, is it A button? Is the right one the A button? Yeah. Yep. On the next frame, which sounds a lot harder than it is. You can slide your finger over in a certain way that makes it pretty consistent. you gain this the Pegasus slipper speed going in any direction you want, but you cannot use your sword. So it's something that can be used in a number of rooms to save time. It doesn't save as much time as a lot of these other tricks, but it's another one of those very small optimizations that make this game as awesome as it is.
So Trogdor now heading into Desert Palace. Desert is not... Desert's a very straightforward dungeon. It's a lot of go left, go right, come back. That's about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of dashing. There's a couple of different strats. This key room, for example, has a number of different strats. Lots of small optimizations. Obviously, throughout this whole game, this game has Super Metroid levels of room optimization, where, unlike a lot of other speed games, you really have to put in a ton of practice time just memorizing these rooms, practicing them, and have a large depth of knowledge for what's fastest.
So Trogdor heading into the Cannonball Room right now. Cannonball Room can be pretty challenging. There's, I think, 16 different RNGs. Some of them produce cannonballs in your way, some of them don't. And being able to really respond to it quickly enough to be able to get through there as fast as possible takes a lot of practice. So Trogdor getting a really nice pattern, one that he can just dash straight and then dash back. That was really nice to see.
I like getting the good patterns.
Yeah, it's nice to get the good patterns. I try to avoid getting the bad patterns, you know what I mean?
The bad ones seem like qualitatively worse. Yeah, they're definitely
if
less
I had to
good
measure them.
Yeah. I don't like to judge.
So Trogdor actually grabbed a rupee pot instead of the normal arrow pot in the Circle of Pots room. I wonder if we'll see him grab the other arrow pot on the way back out, or is he really that against arrows? He's that against arrows. Not a big fan.
Is he going to use arrows against
It'd be nice to see him use arrows, but he did get old man rupees, which came with the 3 bombs. I wonder if we'll see him do the old bomb strat on Landmo.
That's what I was saying. I mean, we're seeing weird old strats being used, so it wouldn't surprise me, but you still need a decent number of arrows. I mean, I'm assuming he'll grab arrows in the torch room, which is slower than grabbing them in that room, but I don't know. I'm up for
things that interest me, and new things definitely interest me. So seeing the bomb strats, which you rarely ever see anymore, that interests me. I'm in for this.
Yeah. I used to use bomb strats, actually.
Did you?
Yeah.
I probably didn't watch you.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Trogdor, a lot of rupees going on here. Do you think we'll see him be able to skip one of the 300 chests?
I think he's gonna go get the flippers before fake flippers, actually, and then start swimming. That's
an interesting strat.
Yeah. I think if you get enough money, you can pay off Ganon to just kind of chill out. I'm not sure though.
So Ganon's basically the Tom Nook of Hyrule.
Tom Nook.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're unfamiliar with Animal Crossing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know who that is. I don't know anything about Animal Crossing, though.
Trogdor saving himself from being cornered by the Igor with a bonk. That was actually really well played.
Trogdor Mashy also passing up free arrows while only having 4 arrows. Oh, we got a lot of bombs going off here.
It's like a Michael Bay film in here.
Except more acting.
Yeah. Better acting.
Right? Am I right? Better acting? Yeah, that's good. Almost nailed the joke, though. Right?
I really understand Lamalissa's motivation.
Yeah. This race is the best. I'm glad that we got this race. We don't need one of those boring races with like the optimal strats. We want interesting strats.
Yeah, don't bring those weak ass arrows to our races.
Yeah.
We want to see bombs. Go get Ice Rod for us. Come back. Show us what you've got.
You can go ahead and go out of bounds. We won't judge. It's between you and me. You and us. It's fine.
So Mashy went for the key dash there. We haven't mentioned the key dash yet, I don't think. If you dash starting from a frame that's or from a pixel that's a multiple 4, you can dash straight through key doors. If you ever try it casually, and you just try dashing a door, oh my god. Sorry, Trogdor almost gave me a heart attack there doing the dash between the cactuses.
Yeah, those cactuses, it takes you're gonna go up to Death Mountain now to head up to Hera, and it's very easy to take a lot of damage at Death Mountain. The worst thing that you can do is take extra damage to the cactuses on the way, and I've done it on many runs. Here we're gonna see a trick called fake flippers. Essentially, obviously, we do not have the flippers at this point, but by lining up with this bush and basically transitioning off the screen on the I'm not explaining it well, but basically,
please don't. Oh man, Trogdor's gonna have to take a save and quit right here. Please don't. Okay, Trogdor actually soft locked on that one then.
Trogdor is the floating head right now, so that's.
What we're seeing here is not what you want to see, honestly.
This is different than the rest of the game that you're playing. Usually.
This is definitely an unintended major glitch at this point.
Is he not gonna? Can he not save and quit now?
No, you can only save and quit if you don't move after you get hit. Not a great situation for us to find ourselves in. We're going to see what Trogdor does here. At this point, I think his only choice is to reset and try to catch back up. Considering the disparity between their PBs, that actually might make for a really close race, assuming they both play at PB level. Someone needs to hop in there and let Trogdor know to hit a hot reset on this console.
Yeah. I mean, he could see if eventually this ends up beating the game.
I don't think it does.
Yeah.
I think some experimentation's been done, and it turns out this does not actually kill Ganon.
But has anybody left it up for like an hour and 10 minutes before?
I mean, you raise an interesting point.
We don't
so
know.
Mashy, I mean, we've been so fascinated by this race through Hyrule that we didn't watch a whole lot of
cactuses.
Mashy's getting out of there, though. This is the danger of fake flippers, though. So for those of you who don't know, the fake flippers glitch puts you in a state where you are allowed to swim in deep water, though you're not supposed to be able to. The unintended side effect, however, is that if you do take a hit in that state, the game doesn't know exactly where to put you. And so the state that you're in, if you move at all, you end up soft locking the game, as you see with Trogdor right here. Trogdor's only choice at this point is to reset, but by hitting save and quit before moving, you can actually recover from it. So Mashy's going for the fake flippers glitch here. It happens by landing in the water. Oh,
do we have dual soft locks?
I don't know what happens in this situation.
Yeah, we got dual soft locks.
Mashy might still be able to save and quit, though. No, that's like... This is...
It's because we are commentating this race.
I can't make all the same jokes a second time. I'm sorry. I don't have it in me.
I mean, I think this is a tie. This fake flippers only saves about 6 seconds. This is the risk. In the normal NMG category, save and quit is not allowed. So if you do this soft lock, you are forced to reset.
Okay, wait a second. Mashy is able to save and quit at this point. He could continue.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, that's good.
Hoofa doofa. Wait. You didn't... Okay, nope, there we go. There we go, we did it.
Now he cannot. I think he could have.
Oh, God.
He didn't do... This is really hard to watch. It's on my big monitor right now. It's a lot of movement. There's a lot of colors going on. Yeah, so for the sake of the tournament, you are allowed to save and quit. NMG category in general normally does not allow save and quit. Save and quit would allow you to travel throughout the world map a lot quicker. However, we just decided not to do that because it's annoying, and saving and quitting 50 times in a run is annoying. So the Link to the Past gods who passed on this run to us decided that wasn't allowed. However, I have no clue what we're going to do in this race right now. I don't know if we're just going to reset it. Are we going to reboot this thing?
Someone needs to give some information, because hoofadoo.
I mean, I can just make up some stuff. But it'll probably be canceled out by some actual truth coming. Yeah, that was
best not to interrupt good commentary with facts.
Yeah, if Trogdor would consider resetting, it would make me less nauseous because I've been watching this loop on my big screen for a while.
Yeah, it's been about 3 minutes now, and it doesn't get easier to watch. The thing is seeing the soft lock happen is always very heartbreaking, so I'm experiencing heartbreak continuously for the past 3 or 4 minutes.
I like how when Link sometimes will hit this ledge, he gets like pushed forward to the left again. That's my favorite part of it.
And you think to yourself, just hold on, Link, and you can just grab onto the railing and stop moving for a second.
This is kind of like, the Earth does spin and rotate, so this is kind of like what it would be like if it spinned and rotated a lot
Actually,
faster,
if you look at the map quite clearly in A Link to the Past, you can tell that the planet that we are on is flat.
Oh, just like Mario 64.
Just like the Earth.
That's how you, and like our Earth today, of course.
Yeah.
That's how you can throw the penguin off the Earth in Mario 64. That's what proved flat Earth theory, I believe. If there's any scientists in chat, they can correct me, but I'm pretty sure that's just...
How did this happen? I don't know. We signed up for commentary and somehow they approved it.
Yeah, this is This is interesting. You guys make incredible commentary. Thank you. Thank you, smallest pig ever. That's a real small pig. I mean, by definition, I think probably one of the smallest ever. Yeah, so are we resetting the race?
It looks like we're taking it from the top. We're just going to take a mulligan on this one.
Cool.
We're going to issue them both yellow cards.
Okay. Yeah. Can we make them both not do fake flippers like ever again? That'd be good.
I don't think you can force people to do things against their will. Except for not going out of bounds.
I think world history would state differently, but okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. Well, Mashy cannot be on the file that they are selected on right now because they have 4 hearts. I don't know if they're aware of that, but that's
right.
I don't think they are aware of that.
It's as if both of them are perhaps unaware of the situation. Mashy has not reset his. He looks confused, not sure where he is.
I don't know if I know where I am.
He walked out the house expecting it to be rainy and saying, "My, what a beautiful day. What's going on here?"
He's like, wait a second, it's not raining. Something's off. Oh man. Is Scrivo available? Is anybody on this thing? Let's see. I'm gonna be honest with you all. We don't know what's going on right now. Oh look, Scrivo's in the thing. What's up, Scrivo?
Hold on one moment, guys.
Just a normal old race we're doing here. Nothing.
Sorry.
Scrivo, do you have your toaster plugged into the computer? You're using it as a microphone?
USB toaster.
I am at work, so I thought I would just hop in and explain the rules here. The appropriate rules of the tournament is that either racer can, if they were able to save and quit, they can continue from where they are. Mashy saved and quit, so he can keep going with his file. Trogdor soft blocked, he has to start from the beginning, but or they can both agree to start over. But it looks like they're just going to go from here.
Okay, because they didn't.
Well, Mashy
didn't save and quit.
Mashy definitely just deleted his file, so I think that runs exactly contrary to what you said.
Well, I stepped away from my desk. I'm in the break room at work. So
gotcha.
Yes,
Are you talking on your flip phone?
I am, yes.
Do you have one of those new Razer phones? That's awesome.
I'm so glad I got you guys to do commentary.
So I think Mashy is going to not be able to save and quit because they deleted their file, which I think makes the file go away.
Yeah, so they can do whatever they want, but we just want to see the race finish.
Yep.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and restart it. Do we need to tell them anything? Are they listening to us?
We're dealing with it in the race channel.
Okay. Cool. Perfect. We'll let you guys take care of it, and we'll vamp.
Are you talking to them through your toaster? Because that might be part of the communication issues we're having right now.
Goodbye, John.
Goodbye.
It's crazy weather we're having today.
Yeah. So, key sanity, huh? It's like, what key is in this chest? I don't know. Let's make a game out of it. I think actually right after this, I don't know, at 4 o'clock, which I'm assuming this race is not going to be over by 4 o'clock. So we probably won't see the end of this race. The Key Sanity final between Andy and Christus Owen is going to be on. Which I watched it the other day. It was really cool because they open the chest and it's like, oh, it's a key for the other dungeon. And then you like, oh, I guess I got to figure that out. So that's kind of cool. If you're into that kind of thing. Seems like a cool idea. At least it tells you what dungeon it's for.
Do you think we'll see all the same strats this time? And what I mean by that is Trogdor doing bombs on Lamulus, Mashy dying on Eastern. Just basically from the top down?
I think it's kind of like judging the behavior of a ferret. You don't know what it's going to do at any time. And so we're just watching. We're like at the zoo, just watching. Are there ferrets at the zoo?
I'm especially interested in seeing whether or not Trogdor opens that chest again, whether or not it was actually sort of randomized or holdover, or whether or not that was an intentional strat. We will find out now. Yeah,
that is kind of interesting. I bet it was randomizer. I mean, I've never heard of somebody doing that. I don't really know what the advantage is, but you know.
All right, cool. Looks like the race is picking back up.
You know what makes commentary easier is when there's a race to commentate. It really helps.
Now we have that.
Yeah, let's